Hello. I just wanted to do an introduction video to let you know who I am. Okay, so pretty much I am 33 years old. Okay, I'm 33 years old. I was born in Minnesota. Currently, I'm living in the North Woods, aka northern Wisconsin. I love making videos. I pretty much love anything creative. So I like to draw and I like to paint. I like to just freestyle move, dance, whatever. I really enjoy going to ecstatic dance meetups. The first time I went to one of those was in Boulder, Colorado. And it was pretty much like I was super scared, but then it ended up being like my favorite thing ever. And I've also been to some ecstatic dance meetups in California as well. The Venice Beach outdoors dancing. I think that's pretty much one of the main joys of life. Live music, nature, community, and just freestyle movement. And then also just all the creative stuff. I mean, it's just, in my opinion, it's what makes life so enriched. Yeah, I'm also really into Eckhart Tolle, the person who wrote The Power of Now and A New Earth. If you're familiar with those books, quite literally changed my entire life. It's like there's a before and after when I read Eckhart Tolle's books, like total life change. And that's actually why I have this tattoo. It says "This Moment." It's actually, I used to write that on my arm in pen every single day just to remind myself to be present, be present, be present. So I got that tattooed on me. I'd say that's pretty much my main number one thing in this life of mine is the continuous practice of being present, being present, being present. Say it with me. Being present. What now? Being present. Okay. I'm also really into Ireland and England and Europe in general. Pretty much my dream would be to live in Europe or at least be there for an extended period. I really enjoy fairies and I enjoy reading about fairies, and yeah, I just like that whole realm of the fairy realm. I also like to dabble in the law of attraction. If you guys are familiar with that, you know, practicing gratitude and noticing the good and those types of things. And then also going along with all that is meditation. That's another main catalyst in my life for everything. I don't know, it's just been the pillar in my life that has really helped me, which is meditating, deep breathing, being in the body. And there's so much different types of meditation, but just meditation in general is also a main thing in my life. Also, I guess going along with that is barefoot walking. I really enjoy walking around barefoot. I also enjoy just having tons of books with me at all times. Like I just bring like 10 books with me everywhere I go. Most of the books that I read are all just kind of like how to better your life or just inspiring stuff like that for the most part. And I also always like to have a journal with me, or at least something like, at least a notepad or something that I can write down ideas or just like whatever, just make a little journal entries, you know. And I'm always kind of trying to channel inspiration. On this YouTube channel, it's just been like little daily diaries, but I'm hoping to kind of pivot and do different types of videos, just kind of see what ideas flow into me and then at least attempt to create some of those ideas. So we shall see what I end up doing. If you have any suggestions or any types of videos that you would like to see from me, let me know. You know, I could talk about different experiences in my life. I could go on different adventures. I could have different challenges for myself. I don't know, just different stuff like that. I really enjoy making the daily diaries, but I also feel like I want to just do something different, I guess, and also have better quality is also my thought. Really enjoy and deeply relish and deeply am grateful for nature, and I love just being immersed in nature. Although I am also afraid of it at the same time, but that's another story. But yeah. So I am not in a relationship. I have no children. I'm 33 years old. This sounds now like a dating profile. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. I'm more so just saying that perhaps, I say that with emphasis, perhaps, because maybe this isn't true anymore, but I can feel this way anyways, which is that perhaps my life is a bit more alternative in the sense of that I'm 33, soon to be 33 and a half on July 22nd. And yeah, I don't really have anything like grounding me anywhere, which is very awesome. Like, as I already mentioned, I would love to travel a lot more and would also love to live in Europe, or, you know, I still have a lot of those types of desires. And I guess, you know, the world is my oyster at this point. But yeah, that is something, you know, I am getting older. So if I want to have children or if I want to start to have more of a setup, you know, I guess I should probably start start considering that quite soon, I guess. And yeah, I'm the youngest of 5. I have 3 older brothers and 1 older sister. My parents are divorced. I have a stepmom and also a stepbrother, older as well. Oh yeah, and I also have traveled quite a bit. I lived in England for a while. I did study abroad there in northern England, and then me and my friend lived above a pub and stayed for the summer there. And one of my brothers lives in Belgium, so I've been to Belgium numerous times. I went to Germany by myself last summer. And I want to go back there because I want to go to Bavaria, Germany, because I'm in love with the architecture. That's something else too. I love architecture, like old, beautiful architecture. And also I'm really fascinated with houses that have been abandoned. Like when I'm driving in these small towns in Wisconsin and Michigan and whatnot, there are so many abandoned houses on the side of the road, or just houses that are like truly just falling apart, and I am fascinated. That is one of my ideas, to like go in there, like go explore an abandoned house, but I don't know if that's allowed, so I don't know, that's just more of like a cool idea that I think that'd be really awesome to go explore. But anyways, oh yeah, I also taught English in Saudi Arabia for a while, so I was there. My brother had lived there. Now that brother of mine lives in Dubai, which I have not been to Dubai yet, so that could be something in the future. Oh, that dragonfly just flew right at my face. Some goals of mine are that I want to get fit. I want to have body neutrality or whatever, you know, just like not care so much. But ultimately, I do have a goal of like becoming super fit and just working out and doing that. Okay, so that is something on my radar. Yeah, I used to make lots of videos about Myers-Briggs, if you guys are familiar. So apparently I'm an ENFP. So I still do enjoy reading books about that, and I still dabble in that type of stuff just because I find it like comforting, I guess. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I also have been to Spain and to France and Scotland, Ireland, England. I guess I already said that. And oh, Sweden. Yes, I was in Sweden a lot. But yeah, I would really like to go back to Sweden actually. Yeah, and then I've also been to Finland and Amsterdam. I always forget where that is. Is that Holland or I don't know, I get that mixed up. But either way, I've been to Amsterdam a couple of times. Yeah, one of my main jobs has actually been photography. For many years I have been doing school photography, so I just pretty much just travel around and go to different schools and do their school pictures. And I've also been a bartender for a lot of my life, I guess, at pretty much exclusively just at movie theaters. And when I lived in Chicago, I worked at the theaters. So like if you guys are familiar with the Hamilton play, I worked at that theater a lot that was playing Hamilton. So like live play, you know what I mean? So yeah, as a bartender there, and just kind of bartending at like very simple places that are just with happy people for the most part. AKA I've never bartended at like a real bar, you know? And then also I've been a barista a couple different times and worked at a consignment shop and did some social media jobs. And I've also worked at daycares, and I've been a nanny, and I've babysat. I worked at a flower shop for a little bit, and I've done a lot of just random odd jobs as well. Yeah, and I really do like coffee. This is not coffee, actually it's empty at this point, but that is something. I really do love coffee. All right, well, for now, I think that that's enough information. Let me know if you have other questions about my current life or my goals or my interests or life experiences or whatever. Let me know. Maybe I'll make part 2 of this. But for now, at least that's a little intro. And yeah, we'll see what else happens. Okay. Like, subscribe, comment something kind, and thanks for being here. Bye.